Okay.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, so the movie we will be discussing is The Woman in Cabin 10. And our first question is, in what ways does the movie explore the moral dangers of privilege and power, especially when wealth status are used to hide wrongdoing or silence the weak? All right. All right. So, oh, sorry. I
You're
froze.
good.
I
Yes.
think this is
You're
a,
good.
I got it. I got it. So I feel like one way that the movie looks into the privilege and power was in the beginning of the movie. I feel like when Laura, the journalist, got invited to a yacht to celebrate charity work, I feel like that wasn't really a genuine act. I feel like it was, hire a journalist, get a photographer, so everybody can see what we're doing. I feel like that's one way they used to hide to silence their wrongdoings. And the fact that it was on a yacht where it's away from people, it was the whole movie was wrong because she was thrown off the boat, and the inheritance was going to go to the husband. But I feel like that whole setting was just wrongdoing. I don't think it was genuine. I don't know if y'all know what I mean.
It was like
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like that was one way. People with money used to hide their wrongdoings. When you have all this money, there's problems all around the world, and someone in your circle gets these problems, and now you want to go and help out. But I don't know. I just think it was a genuine act, and it just kind of wants to, um, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. I think that is very interesting because when I was like looking at the question and like thinking about it and how it applies to the movie, I didn't really like think of that and like as a wrongdoing. So that I think that's like a very good point. Um, especially for how like Laura and the photographer, like they're not like famous and they don't come from like a lot of wealth. So obviously there was like a suspicious meaning behind them getting invited, as where the other people are like really close friends and like are very rich and they already have an in. So I think that's very interesting because I didn't think about that. Okay, so one thing I put down was how Bulmer, that the person on the yacht, he blackmails the doctor into like helping him for like to kill his wife and cover everything up. And I feel like that's his way of like silencing him, is like using his past against him. He's like don't forget that I know what you were doing so and so like a long time ago.
Yeah, like blackmailing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was a way of silencing the weak. Another one is when he is like covering up and he's denying Laura's suspicions of like something going on, and he tries to like blame it on her having like post traumatic down not sorry
No, you're good.
You're
We're
fine. You're
gonna
good.
yeah.
post traumatic
Yeah.
stress syndrome. Oh my gosh. Post traumatic stress syndrome of from her witnessing a murder like a few months ago.
Mhm.
So I feel like that is like a big thing because he's trying to like silence her and make everyone not believe her. And then another point was the crew on the ship, they answered a Bulmer. And so when he says like something, they're automatically going to follow him and do what he says because like he's their boss and he like kind of controls them. And so he doesn't want them to like say the truth or like want to speak out against what is happening, like on the yacht, like such as Laura finding like evidence in cabin 10,
Mhm.
and all of like the crew ends up like dismissing it, and I feel like that's because Bulmer just tells them not to. Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like most of it is because they don't want to speak up because like they're like employees and like they don't have no power, no privilege and stuff like that. That's what I feel like. Most of the things you said are most of the things I have written down for the question. So like yeah, I understand what you meant by like he has like blackmailed like Dr. Rich, not what's his name?
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr.
Robert.
Richmond. Oh, Robert. Oh, okay.
Yeah, by like trying to silence him to get him to like do stuff, and like how he hired Carrie to like impersonate his wife and all that. Um, I don't know what else to like what topics to say.
Yeah, you were saying he hired Carrie. Yeah, I agree with you with that. Where he hired Carrie,
Yeah.
he was also being blackmailed. So yeah, I agree with you with that.
And like how he just tried to make Laura look crazy for like finding all this evidence and then just like making her look, I don't know, like gaslighting her,
Yeah.
manipulating her, covering them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at my notes.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. We
It's
all have
okay.
to work here.
And and yeah, about a lot of the social standing, like he like hired like the photographer, like once I said, and her the reporter to like make them look good, like to make them like I don't know how to explain it, but to make them look like a good people or
Yeah, like
something
it
like that.
wasn't a genuine act.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Um,
purposefully putting the spotlight on that to show it off.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm,
Um, Another point, like I was just like thinking of, is how he he hired Carrie to sign the papers for the will so that he would get the money.
Mm.
And that's like him trying to like cover up like the wrongdoings of like what he's trying to do to his like actual wife Anne. So I feel like he's trying to cover up that wrongdoing.
Yeah. Yeah, spinning off of that, I was I think that one and part of the last thing I think that you said, Amberlynn,
mhm.
and part of yours as well, Alyssa, that was like entirely my notes for this question basically.
Yeah.
So you guys
Well,
got it perfect. But yeah, basically, yeah, he has a lot of privilege being able to even just basically just wipe away his problems by just killing Anne and hiring Carrie to have her do her thing instead or sign a will instead. Like that is very clearly a thing where it's like, okay, if he was not wealthy or like didn't have this sort of positional power, he would not be able to do that. And he's only using that positional power to get more power, to get Anne's money and everything.
I also are you done? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I also feel like another way this movie was. I feel like it's kind of weird, but the way this movie kind of silenced the weak was. I want to go back to my point of saying how they spent so much money on this event where there was at that time people that were actually suffering, and that money could have went to the people that were actually suffering. So I feel like that's in a way kind of silencing the people going through sickness, and the whole event was charity work, and I feel like in a way that was silencing people who were in their sick while they were out there celebrating their wealth and the charity work doing.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was also something like that in the movie in the beginning. When she was like when like right in the beginning when she returned to the office, I remember the girl with the curly hair. She had said something like that. She's like, "Well, they're throwing like this big like party and stuff when they could,
Yeah,
you know.
where she was like, "Oh, a billionaire is sick," and now all of a sudden they
They
believe.
care. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they believe it's bad now, and
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I feel like it in a way they kind of silence the sick people or the people that need that money. I feel like they were silencing them in a way where they were celebrating them. I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Like they're making it like, oh, she's sick now, you know, like
Mhm.
throw a party.
right.
Yeah.
And then I also want to go back to Amber, what she said about Carrie that was also being blackmailed. Like, I guess all of us, but she was also being blackmailed in a way um, where it's like she had to support her daughter.
Yeah.
Like she needed it. He chose somebody that needed that money. He chose
Mhm.
somebody that looked like her and that needed that money. So yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
that
it's this way of silencing. He's like, okay, I would choose you because you have no money or something.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
that
even have access to like, oh sorry, the database to like to find someone similar to looking like his wife. That's like a lot of privilege, you know?
mhm.
Like you have to have
Ooh.
power and stuff for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
Yeah, him specifically choosing Carrie because of that, well, I imagine it reminds me of what you said, Amberlyn, as well, with like the staff, like they can't do anything in this sort of situation. So it's like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought immediately
Yeah,
as
like,
soon as I started talking. I'm really sorry. But yeah.
I like Amberlyn how you brought up um how he has a lot of power for hiring Carrie, because I think another thing is because it was showing him like using like advanced technology to search for her, and I feel like that shows how much power he has, and to get like so many resources to find the right person, like that shows how he has a lot of control and power.
I have a question. Do y'all think, going back to this, do y'all think this whole theme of the yacht he would have still killed his wife? Like, do you think it would have still happened even if like she didn't walk into them? Like, do you think he would
I
have still killed the wife
Yeah, I
or
think so. It just gave him more reason to do it in the
more?
moment.
Okay, yeah,
or like not more reason, but like more like make it faster, you know?
Yeah, more
yeah.
incentive.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
you saw it, you're done, you're
that's
out.
what I mean.
Yeah,
See, I think that's very interesting because I don't think he would, because she was already like really weak when like, and you could tell when she met with Laura, and
Mhm.
I think he would have like waited it out, but if he were, I think he would like have waited until like when they landed or like right before they landed.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I feel like he would have probably killed her. I mean, he already was like selfish enough to kill everybody else. I mean, the whole thing was at a yacht. He's like, it's in the ocean. I can just toss her out. I hired
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think Alyssa, it was you that I mean, everyone talked about it, but Alyssa, you specifically had it with like him hiring the photographer and everything and the journalist to specifically put a spotlight on it. That just reminded me of another thing that I had in my notes where it was like everyone else on the yacht is also in a privilege of power. So that is basically just like he is surrounding himself with like-minded people. So that is basically
Yeah.
just it's like the term echo chamber in community spaces where like you are just surrounding yourself with the same people so you're only hearing what you want to hear. That is an immense privilege of power, especially with putting everyone on a confined yacht in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good
Like
point.
they were getting away from the world. They were just,
Yes, yes,
just
exactly.
one, just us. This is a us thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do y'all think like he would have gotten away with it, like if Laura wouldn't have like noticed that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes, sorry.
Yes,
I don't know.
yeah, all that money he would
Sorry.
have received, he would have gotten away with it. He would have killed everybody that
Yeah.
knew a bit about it.
Yeah, definitely yes. And the fact that Laura isn't like in like a one percenter like the rest of the people on the yacht as well makes it more solidified that even if someone else besides Laura had seen that, they
Mhm.
probably would have just taken some money and been like, "Ah, yeah, I didn't see anything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
Are y'all ready for the next question?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So the next question is, how does the movie challenge viewers to reflect on whether truth and morality can survive in a world driven by fear, deception, and self-interest? And my bit for this was, hang on, let me read this. Second. Basically, okay. Focusing more on the rest of the yacht members, like everyone else on the crew, besides Laura and Anne and Robert and everything, and Carrie. I think even though they specifically, like Robert especially, was not. Oh my God, sorry. Trying to get my thoughts in order for this.
Oh no, you're
You're
Not
good.
good.
It's
working.
okay.
Does anybody else want to go before me so I can
Yeah,
like get my stuff
yeah,
in
I can
order?
go ahead.
All
So you
right.
can get your thoughts. So I feel like a good example of like morality, so surviving in the world of self-interest would be a good example for me was Carrie. So her self-interest was her family, her daughter, and just just getting that half portion of the money. And I feel like that really got to her at the end of the movie where she decided to let what's her name, Laura, speak up
Laura.
Laura.
about
Yeah.
what was happening, where she could have just received all that money and just went about her day. I feel like she was a good example of there's still hope for morality, even though it's that money could have really helped her, and it could have put her family in danger. Her speaking up could have really put her daughter in danger. I think she said she wanted to it was for her and her daughter.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
put her daughter in danger. So I feel like she was a good example of, just um, always doing the right thing at the end of the day.
Bouncing off of what you said about Carrie and the self interest, I think when Laura brought up to her that she asked her, like, do you really think he'll let you go now that
Mhm.
you, like, saw, like, you killing his wife? So I think that bounces off because she, like, I think at that moment she realized that she wouldn't be able to get away. And so when it comes time for Laura to like speak up, she just let her because she knew that was going to be the best decision for her.
Like
That
her
was
way
true.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think I don't know the character's name, but the one that shot him, I feel like the I don't know her name, but like
Yeah,
he's also a good example of it because like she didn't believe anything Laura had to say at first, and then when she's like showed her like everything, she kind of like believed him.
Hmm.
yeah. The like assistant, was it an assistant?
I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
didn't get her name. I don't think she was much in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, like even I think she hid the evidence like when she was in the laundry room about the button. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't
Yes,
know
yes, I
that.
remember that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did not
I
put
didn't
that
know that.
together.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
either. Oh wow.
Because I think she had the evidence of the button and the hair in the little Ziploc bag, and like
Yeah.
she was there, she was like, "There's nothing in there," something like that. Like just like the fear of like what Richard could do to her, you know.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But she was also a good example, but I forgot her name.
Yeah, I think that's a really good example. Um Going back to Carrie, I feel like also like not self-interest but going to like fear, like she faced a lot of fear when like Bulmer threatened her daughter, and she was like so scared that something was going to happen to her daughter that she just went along and didn't do anything for like the first half of the movie because she was just scared.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. She was like hitting in the cabin. Like she was just like, okay, you stay in there and don't say a word. Just
Yeah.
stay hidden until
Yeah, just
the
like
agreement
the
is
fear
done.
of what he could do to her daughter and stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I think in contrast or like parallel contrast whatever to that, um finally kind of got my thoughts in order.
Yeah,
Talking
Okay.
about the other rich crew members and how, I mean, the Robert just straight up said, I mean, I think you mentioned this. Oh, well, you're clearly just traumatized because of your PTSD, like what you witnessed, all that. And everyone just kind of believes that automatically. And it's like, hey, so we should probably be like investigating this like a little bit, like maybe just like a little bit. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's definitely a theme of self-interest in which they don't want to care about it. So they're, even if they personally think, oh, that sounds suspicious, they're not going to care about it. And it's also like a crowd mentality with that of the guy in the highest position of power on this yacht is saying, don't worry about this. So I should not worry about that because he's saying so.
Hmm.
right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh,
And
something
like
I
you were
like.
saying earlier, I'm sorry,
Oh
go
no,
ahead.
you're good. You're good.
Like you were saying earlier, that when they're surrounded with like-minded people, they're gonna believe the like-minded people. So
Yes, it's herd
yeah,
mentality
yeah.
basically, which I think is really interesting to think about, just like especially in like confined group settings. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, it's really interesting.
Yes.
I feel like we're as to like if Laura would have had her group of journalists in invited, her group of journalists would believe her rather
Yes.
than yeah.
Yeah,
Like the photographer, he though she thought she was crazy, he at the end believed her.
Hmm.
yeah. Like he had the like at the end when he was on the boat, he was like, "No, I'm gonna stay for Laura." Like
Mm-hmm.
he was like he had like this like gut feeling like something was wrong.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
stay for Buttercup. I think
Yeah,
they were like dating, right? They were like together.
yeah.
Or they
Before,
were,
Yeah.
or were
yeah.
Yeah, I
they
think they're exes? Question mark. I
exes?
don't know.
Okay.
What were you, was that what you were gonna say earlier, Amberlyn?
Oh no. I was gonna say the movie just shows how easy it is for powerful people to hide the truth and how hard it is for someone to without power to be heard. Cause like you know how they didn't really believe Laura at first, and like until like the end,
Hmm.
they made her
Yeah.
believe she was like delusional and stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then they suddenly just flip back, and it's like, what? Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Didn't believe her for like the majority of this.
yeah.
yeah.
Call it crazy.
Yeah. Another thing was that because it asks how does the movie challenge the viewers to reflect, and I feel like it could like lead the viewers to like ask themselves like how far would they go to like cover something up
Hmm.
to be deceptive, or how would they respond in a situation that they feared something so much,
Yeah,
because I
whatever.
feel like
Sorry.
oh, I feel like when you're put in that position, I feel like of being really fearful that you would just like do whatever you can to like make things right and like survive.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, being in that position, and also the idea of like being surrounded by people who are saying no, don't, or who are telling you not to be fearful about something when you
Mhm.
obviously should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to act in that sort of situation? Yeah, that's really interesting.
I feel like
Mhm.
the way I would have acted was, I don't know. I just never been in that position. I can't say, but I feel like I would have tried to save myself. Like, okay, let's just. If I was in that yacht with like-minded people, I would believe them, and if not, I would. If I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how I acted, but
Yeah.
I would feel like if there's a woman saying someone was thrown off a boat, I would be a little bit concerned. I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely,
Yeah,
it's very situational
I
depending
would
on
be
the situation.
concerned. I'd be like, okay, like maybe this is like something deeper. And she keeps insisting, insisting. I would be.
like yeah, I would be on edge. I would be like
Yeah, let me stay away from everybody now.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
know who to trust. You're in the middle of nowhere.
Mhm.
You can get erased just like that, you know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything else to say about that question?
I don't. So yeah, I only have the one little bit.
I
Okay.
have the movie makes us think about how hard it can be to tell the truth or do the right thing when someone's scared, dishonest, or only care about themselves. That's what I wrote down.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
you
that's a
go ahead, go ahead.
okay. I think that's a good point because when you look at so many people on the yacht, like the rich people, they're really like self-centered and very concerned about their
Yeah.
self, and they would put like their wealth like above a lot of things. So, I think that's a good point.
Hmm.
Yeah, they are very self-centered. I got that like in the movie, like when she first got on the boat, they were like, she's wearing jeans.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, it's not
God
that
forbid a woman wear jeans.
for
Right?
real. She was like, she's not supposed to wear like girl. That automatically gave me like that just kind of put me in the setting of what I'm gonna be watching and what type of people I would be watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
basically one woman for herself type movie with like
with
she up until the end. Yeah.
a bunch of Elon Musk, but
Yeah. Like everyone
yeah,
Yeah.
hates her.
I don't know.
I
It's scary. Like, how would y'all feel being put in a position like we're all women? How would y'all feel being put in a position with people like that?
I would hate it.
don't even think I
For
would be in that
real.
Yeah, no,
situation.
I would never be in that situation.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
like being a journalist. Like, dang, I gotta do this. No, I don't know. I would decline the situation on like the invitation. I'd decline it just because I wouldn't feel comfortable being around people. You know, I guess her
Yeah.
yeah.
job is a journalist. You know, she has to be in uncomfortable situations. But I don't know. I just wouldn't like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would be like so scared because like when Carrie ends up writing like stop on the mirror, that would scare me like more
That
than
scared me.
anything.
Like as I was
I
watching
was
the
like,
movie, I was like, "Ooh."
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And just like the doctor trying to like kill her, just like there's so many things that like just gets worse and worse that it's just like petrifying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But like y'all know, like people are actually like this. Like there's people in real life that will do not literally kill somebody, but they don't care
Hmm.
if they'll get
Yeah.
Yeah.
their ways. They'll get their ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that like reiterates like how deep power goes and
Hmm.
how much it can get you.
Hmm.
Yeah, like once you get that little bit of power, you're good. And I feel
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
that's how they feel.
I feel like
Yeah.
once you like have power, they like crave more, or like
Yeah,
Mhm.
just more and more and more, even to the point of forging a will for
yeah,
someone's money
Yeah.
that they're going to give to
killing someone.
charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I I feel like power like that like so much and sorry, can make you so self-centered and like going back to like um the question of like it all being in your like self-interest.
Hmm.
Like I feel like Bulmer, he focused a lot on how he was doing like all of these things just to get Carrie to sign the will for him. I feel like that is very much in his self-interest and he wasn't really caring about like um like the damage being done throughout that to get to his goal. Like
Mhm.
his wife getting thrown in the ocean or people dying on his ship. Like his end goal was always to get all of the money from his wife's
Yeah.
inheritance.
He
Yes.
wanted the money. He didn't care what he had to do to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's so sad.
Hmm.
and that kind of like backtracks to like the first question, kind of, because
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how he has like all this power, privilege, and like money to like do anything for like Carrie to sign the will over to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like an explicit, like obviously stated theme in the movie that money corrupts, but it's very
Mhm.
obvious, like as you're watching it, that that is an underlying theme of the entire thing, which I think is really interesting. I think that theme in media is always like really interesting to see how it's portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, do y'all want to move on to the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How do characters use fear and uncertainty to question moral duty, to believe victims, and seek the truth even when evidence is unclear? I have to reread that because I didn't understand it. I was trying to read it without, I was just trying to read it.
Yeah.
You're good.
I can read, but let's see. How do characters use fear and uncertainty to question moral duties, to believe victims, and seek the truth? Uncertainty. I feel like for this question, I didn't understand it well, but I understood it as how do the characters in the movie. I don't know. I have trouble understanding this question. How did the characters in the movie try to believe her, or how did they not try to believe her? Like, was it like in the? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is this asking how do characters in that boat try to believe Laura or anybody else, or
I think it was
was
just talking about like how, no matter the circumstance or whatever, how do they eventually end up believing the truth?
the
Mhm.
truth? Okay, I'm gonna start off with. I feel like she was silenced, so nobody was gonna believe her. She was like we were all saying she was in a yacht full of people that were never gonna believe her because she's just I don't know. She's just not in their group. She's not in their circle. So she was silenced. She was blackmailed, and I feel like one way she. Oh goodness, I can't answer this question. I feel like
You're
one way
good.
she was able. I feel like one way she was able to my family got home. I feel like one way she was able to at the end of the movie was with the help of what's the other girl's name?
Carrie.
Carrie, with the help of Carrie. But other than that, I don't think any of the characters like had like a suspicion about her. They just thought she was crazy. I feel like they just thought she was blackmail. She not blackmail. They just thought she was not due to past trauma. They gaslighted her and they thought she wasn't okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Following off of that, I had like a point of Richard trying to convince the people on the ship that Laura was just like not in the right, and she's like just experiencing post traumatic stress, and because of she witnessed a murder like a few months ago, and so he's trying to like sell the narrative that she's just crazy, and that like leads the people on the yacht to be like uncertain of whether she's right or she's just straight up lying, which I feel like they felt that she was lying. But one of the characters who left the ship early, he left because he was like, Laura's saying all of these things and it's scary. Like, I don't want to be here if something bad happens. So I thought that was very interesting too. That, like, at least like one person.
Oh yeah, that's a good catch. I didn't even think about that. But that
Yeah.
one guy just like scared and just
Yeah.
like, yeah, the one
Mm-hmm.
He just
scared.
like decided to leave.
Hmm.
He's like, I don't want anything to do with this.
And then they
Yeah.
all started blaming
That's
her
me in that
for
situation.
stuff.
Yeah. Which I feel like is so smart because, like, if something bad is like happening or like even the possibility of it, like, you're not going to want to stay there and like just like be a witness or like maybe something bad happening to you. So I think that would like also be a good point for like um viewers to like reflect on of like would you be the one to leave, or would you just not believe someone and stay anyways?
Mhm. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I
What I have is characters use fear and uncertainty to make people doubt like what's real and who can they trust. Like when like Laura saw that she like someone was thrown overboard, overboard, overboard. My bad.
That's the word. Yeah.
Others quickly like they all questioned her like did you like then they like how Alyssa said like her past traumas and her like anxiety and stuff, and it like just created a lot of confusion like to who to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then and like Laura herself like even like was doubting herself. I feel like this shows like how people can like this can like stop people from believing like the victim as Laura,
Mhm.
instead of
Yes.
looking for the truth. And um
I did like that you pointed out that Laura was even like doubting herself.
Yeah.
yeah, like at one point like in the movie I could see like like no one was believing her, so she was like I don't think like it made her like question herself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really got for that question.
Yeah, what I had for that was mostly I had a good chunk for Laura, but I also had a good chunk for Carrie. Because throughout the movie, she's like shown as this like figure you only catch with like a glance out of the figure of your eye, and like there's all these sorts of things going missing, or like the stop written on the mirror and everything for Laura. And that all is pointing towards like, okay, the blonde woman, Carrie, is clearly suspicious here, like in some form of way. But then later on, I forget, like, I watched this maybe like a week ago.
You're good.
My memory is not good about it. But later on, Carrie like tries to talk to Laura about that and everything. I think she at least semi explains her situation, and very suddenly that is reframing like everything. Like this is not something that Carrie is doing out of pure maliciousness. This is out of desperation for her and her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And even though so much evidence is pointing against Carrie in that situation, like she is the one messing up some stuff or whatever, it's still like that explanation is, no matter all the things that happened, it still lets Laura try to believe the truth that Carrie is telling her. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get
it
it.
does.
Okay, yay.
I also wanted to add what you just said about Carrie, just doing it for her family. I wanted to add about how she was that even she wasn't sure if she would have been killed too. Like,
Mm,
Laura explained to her, you can be killed too. And she wasn't sure. She was like, no, she's doing it out of desperation. And I guess through her own eyes, she saw that I could possibly be killed too. Like I'm in danger, no matter the situation. There's no going out of it. I can't just be quiet and have nothing happen to me because this man just killed so many people, and he's not going to let me go free. He's not.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think another good point for this question is how the photographer, he didn't believe her throughout the movie, and then like last minute when they were getting ready to leave the ship, he realized that he couldn't leave her behind and that something may actually be wrong. And I feel like that's like him like not believing her and not trying to like figure out something like to seek the truth throughout the like in the beginning. But like when he thought like Laura might be in danger or something, he went to go find her and see what was going on.
Yeah. I agree with you.
that kind of frustrated me, the movie. I was like, why are you only just now believing her now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
team. I don't understand. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was like trying to. I guess he was. I guess he also believed, like he was like, oh, she already went through this. Like she's, or like she had experienced this in the past, so it could be her
Hmm.
just going crazy. But I mean, I don't know. It's just really upsetting that he didn't. He wasn't on her side. She didn't have nobody on her side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another point I had written down was that the crew of the ship, they were uncertain about Laura's accusations of like someone, like falling in the water and then there being blood, because when the crew looked in cabin 10, there was no one there. There was no
This is
oh
your
crap.
call
Sorry.
ending 15.
Uh-oh.
How long
Oh, I
is our
thought I was the
call?
only one. That's fine.
How long is the call? How long has it been recording for?
It said
I've,
we have 15 minutes.
But like, how long was our discussion? I'm so sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're
no,
fine.
you're
I
good.
think when it ends in 15 minutes, we'll be done at an hour. So we'll be all good for the
Oh,
time limit, but it's
Oh,
just telling
okay.
us
Oh,
to
okay,
wrap
we're
up.
good. Okay, got it.
I didn't know it had a time limit. What the fuck?
I didn't either.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, but back to what I was saying is that like they didn't see any like evidence when they went in there, so I think they were like very uncertain of like, oh, she's probably not telling the truth. Like there's no evidence in here. Um,
Yeah, it's like
but
the whole boy who oh my god. Boy who cried wolf. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I think when like Richard like was like, no, nothing's happening, you're going crazy, like just take a rest, then like that like solidifies the crew's like uncertainty of like anything happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I have something that I found on my notes. It says fear and doubt and uncertainty can stop people from believing the victim instead of looking for the truth. Many of the characters protect themselves and their reputations. They act, they act like it's safer to ignore the problem than to face it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Wait, sorry, can you reread that?
Okay, so like how fear, doubt, and uncertainty can stop people from believing like Laura, and instead of looking for the truth, the characters protect themselves and their reputations, and they act like it's safer to ignore the problem than to face it.
Yeah, like with
Yeah.
like Carrie, I feel like she was trying to ignore the problem of everything because she was she was there when the incident happened when the woman got there. She was just trying to ignore it, like you said, to protect herself,
Hmm.
to
Yeah,
protect her daughter. At the end of the day, she was thinking about her daughter. She was thinking about the money she was gonna inherit. She's like, okay, I'm just not. I'm gonna act like this is okay, but she knows it's wrong. So I agree with you, Amber.
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Carrie like knew that like if she were to speak up about what happened to Anne, then like there would be a lot of consequences. So I feel like that's piggybacking off of what you said.
Yeah. Especially because they're in the yacht in the middle of the ocean. I feel like that would have just ended with Robert just like probably just killing her straight off.
Oh yeah,
Honestly, just seeing what happens in the movie as things progresses, that would have just like sped it up just whoop right at the end. That's I feel like he would have just tried to off everyone right then and there.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. Like
Sorry.
that
No, you're good.
wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. But like, do y'all think he would have killed her either way if she wouldn't have said anything? If she would, if Carrie would have kept her mouth shut, do y'all think he would have killed her either way afterwards? Or
yeah.
Definitely.
He
Yeah.
would have.
yeah, so it's like she knew. She's like, he's gonna kill me. He's killing
Hmm.
everybody else. He killed his wife. Why would
Yeah,
he kill me? Yeah.
Yeah. I do. I just thought of this, but hold on. I kind of forgot. Give me 1 second. Um.
It's
Oh,
8 p.m. You're
going.
good.
Literally, I've been at work all day.
Oh god.
Okay, but going back to the second question of um deception, I feel like a good point in that would be when there's the scene where Laura is in the library and she goes to find Anne, but then Anne, or that's like Carrie is portraying Anne, so it's not actually her. So she's being very deceptive. And Laura ended up putting two and two together when Carrie was pretending to be Anne. She mentioned that Carrie, or that she was on medications and that made her tired. But the day before, Anne mentioned that she wasn't on medications.
Yeah,
Yes, that
that,
little slip up, and that just kind of
yeah.
Yeah,
cascaded into everything.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was a
yeah,
good catch. I didn't even think about that. That's a good catch.
yeah. And you can tell that like Laura was immediately like suspicious, like her facial expressions. She was confused about that,
Mhm.
especially and how Anne told her to like come back tomorrow and meet with her. And then she's like, I'm very tired. Like, I'm not up for this.
Yeah, like that is just an early. I don't know. That just probably set up her instincts, like even before.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Yeah.
that was after she saw things. But I don't know. Extra things that were added in that weren't just like directly like something is wrong right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really interesting.
Does anyone have anything else to say?
I can't
Um,
think of anything.
I can't either.
Okay.
I
We
think
can just like reflect. Can we like all just reflect what we would each of us like kind of in the situation, like reflect everything in our own perspective? Because would y'all like to do that so we can,
Yeah.
like what
yeah,
would we do in this situation,
Yeah.
yeah, like
or
any part of the scene of what y'all saw, what like, you can just reflect on what you think should have been done or what you should
mm,
what you would do, I guess.
yeah, I I think if I saw not like a specific scene, but generally if I saw and had stuff happen to me, what happened to Laura, I would not try to talk to anybody about it. I would just see that. I would specifically try to gather any evidence that I can find of like the button, the hair, trying to maybe like document all the stuff that was wrong or like off. And then
Oh yes.
later, once I'm off the yacht and off of like a confined space in the middle of the ocean where it would be really easy to kill me, I would then try to expose that.
Yeah, I that's really good. I like that's really good. I
I
think
like
because
playing it safe.
she's a journalist. Exactly.
Yeah.
She could have just,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's a journalist. She could
Hmm.
have really dug, went in deep, and it could have really saved more lives. It could have saved more lives if she would have just stayed quiet.
Hmm.
Though it was right that she spoke up. Anybody, I would be scared if I saw someone pushed out of
Yeah.
a boat. But I guess yeah, I understand that. What about you? Anybody?
I think like kind of going to your point, Ada, I think I would tell the photographer because, they knew each other previously. So I feel like, they should be able to like trust each other. But like going to like the entire like ship and like making such a big deal out of it
Yes. Which, to
is
be fair, it
just,
was a big deal. But also, girl, you're gonna get yourself killed.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I feel like that was a little extreme. Like she didn't really think it through
Yeah.
fully.
Hmm. Like Alyssa, like you said you tell like the photographer. Like I don't think I would like tell the photographer because I remember a part in the scene, like in the movie, he had told everyone like
Um,
I forgot what he had told them, but he had told the others.
yeah, that's actually really smart. Like he told them about her like what happened to her a few months ago, how she witnessed a murder,
Yes.
and
Oh
then
my
about
gosh.
the button.
In the hair, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
evidence,
So that's a good point. That makes me rethink my point of view.
Hmm.
I think with like what I would do, I agree with like Alyssa. I feel like my not knowing the situation of like the whole story, I feel like I would have had that trust to tell the photographer because we're I feel like we're in the same circle. We are we're together. We know each other, and we don't know these people. And I had that trust in him, but I mean, it wouldn't have been a good idea to tell him because he wouldn't have believed me other way. But like, I feel like that's what I would have done. I would have told the photographer, not made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big deal, but like, yeah, like, I just don't know how I would have reacted. I feel like I would have most definitely told the photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that because I don't know. It does seem like a really good idea to have like a secondary source at least, and also he could help if you were actively trying to find proof to later show of what was going on to like have him because he's a photographer take photos of
Mm.
whatever he can find and stuff. But there's also the risk, like Amberlyn, you mentioned, of him having previously like just told everyone what was happening. Like he has no sense of secrecy or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm sorry, my God.
Guys, I think that the time is about to run
Oh,
out.
Yes,
yeah, we have
I
5 minutes. Oh,
Yes.
God. Oh no.
Okay.
Kelly. Sorry,
All
go on.
right. Are y'all ready to like wrap things up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Okay. I feel like that was a good conversation.
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to because we each have to individually set. Hang on, I'm gonna stop the recording.
Okay.
Give me a
Wait, you
second.
have to like submit it each.